Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody had a nice Christmas and hope everybody's having a good New Year's Day. Today is January 1st. I'm not sure when I'll get this uploaded, but what we're going to do is I figured I'd sharpen this up. It's a Spyderco salt. I think it's a Pacific salt. I'd have to look it up to make sure, but this one's an H1 and it really needs an edge, as you can see. And I figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride. I'm not going to do too much of teaching or anything like that. We're just going to kind of sharpen it, and you'll see kind of my process of sharpening knives, and we'll go from there. And we'll come back when this thing's clamped up. Now that we got it clamped up, we're going to try to find the angle that this was sharpened to. This has been sharpened on the KME before, so this should be a quick sharpening. What I'm going to do is I've got the 140 grit stone loaded up, got a 300 and a 600 here in the back, as well as a 6 micron diamond strop. And what I'm going to do is sharpen it through that progression. That's my normal progression for EDC knives. Normally don't go higher than 600 on most stuff because it leaves a nice toothy edge, and it's still very sharp, still can split hair and shave and all that good stuff, but it's aggressive enough to cut well with cardboard and zip ties and stuff like that. That's fibrous. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find our angle. I normally eyeball it from the side to see about where to start. Now I'm going to do a few strokes. I sharpie the edge up. Let's see. That's pretty close. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's pretty close, but there's a little bit of Sharpie left, so I'm going to raise my angle just about maybe half a degree or so. And that looks pretty good right there. You can see the Sharpie's gone. So I'm going to lock my angle down, and I'm going to do some scrubbing strokes there. Sorry if I knock the camera. It's in a kind of awkward position. Just trying to be able to bring you guys along for the sharpening. When I'm doing my scrubbing strokes, did a few there. I'm not specifically looking for a burr yet. I'm just doing a little bit of work. I've got a burr a little bit in a few areas. Now to this side, the angle looks good. I do apologize if I'm rocking the camera. Do a little bit of work for the tip, a little bit of Sharpie left. Alright, now I'm going to flip. I'm not looking to try to get a burr all the way down just yet. In a sense, what I mean by that is I'm not trying to just work this one side till I get a burr and then flip over and work that other side, because you can cause yourself to have uneven bevels once you're done doing it that way. So I'll work a little bit, flip, work a little bit, flip, and I'm gonna do some back and forth passes like that until I can get my burr and then we'll have to remove that burr. And we'll come back once I've got the burr here. And we're back. We've got a burr from end to end. You can probably hear it. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the little bits of fingernail that it scraped off. But I've got a burr heel to tip on both sides. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the burr. And the way you remove the burr is we were doing scrub strokes like this. During the process of sharpening and removal of the stock material. But what you want to do to remove that is you want to just do into the edge push strokes. I'm using the weight of the stone carrier. I'm going to do a few of those, and the burr's gone on this side. You can do the same thing on this side. Now I'm going to do a pass or two on each side, very lightly, lighter than the stone carrier, weighs in the stone with it. I'm just removing the burr. This steel is H1 steel. It's decently soft in my opinion. So it's pretty easy to sharpen up and it's pretty easy to deburr. I'm going to do one stroke on each side for a final little bit of deburring. And then I'm going to end up switching to my stones, and we'll go up through 600 grit, and then we're going to strop with the 6 micron diamond emulsions from KME. And basically it's going to be the same process of do a little work on each side and do flip often, because right now we're not really looking for the burr. We've already got a burr on both sides, and once we burr off the first stone, I'm not looking for a burr after that because I already know that I've apexed the knife and it's ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to cut the video and then come back once I'm done with the 600 grit, and I'll do my finishing strokes and show you those, the 600 grit again, and then we'll strop and pull it off and see how sharp it is. And we're back. I've went through the 140, the 300, and the 600. I'm going to do a few deburring strokes and then strop a little bit, and we'll show you how it's sharpened up. I always like to do my deburring in sections like that. You can do it in a solid stroke if you want. Doesn't really matter. But I hope everybody's day's going good. Hope everybody had a good Christmas and a good New Year's. Got to spend time with your family and hopefully eat some good food. That's one of my favorite things, is good food. But I just wanted to spend a little time while I was off today sharpening this knife up, and then figured, you know, why not roll the camera a little bit and do a little video. I'm going to do a couple of these single strokes on each side. Hopefully I'm in the frame. This is a little awkward doing it on camera. For anybody that's done it, you know what I'm talking about. I normally don't sharpen in this manner, because normally when I sharpen, I'm kind of like looking straight down over the edge so I can watch everything change and all that good stuff. And I normally sharpen at an angle like this, but looking straight down from the top down. But it's a little better for you guys to see in this manner, it seems like. do really, really light pressure. Just let it kiss the stone. When you got sharpened, deburring is a huge factor on whether the knife will turn out to be very sharp or not. You know, getting the burr and deburring is your two biggest factors that you got to look at when you're sharpening, because you have to get a burr to show that you've apexed the edge, and then of course get a burr on both sides, and then you got to get rid of that burr so you have a nice clean crisp apex. We use a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a shop towel, clean the blade off a little bit before I strop. I try to do this that way that I don't contaminate my strops with anything. It just keeps them nice and clean. Make sure this side's good and clean. Now, I'll get my strop here. Load it up. Of course, when stropping, you don't do scrubbing strokes or end of the edge. You always pull away from. You can do heel to tip or tip to heel. I normally do a little bit of both when you're only using the weight of the stone carrier. And this is a 600 grit edge, just like we showed a minute ago. And I'm using KME's diamond emulsions. I don't think they've been out for quite a year yet, but they are phenomenal. I'm just doing some strop strokes to make sure that I'm getting those little bits of burr that's left over from sharpening. You want to get all that burr off. That way you have a really nice and clean apex. That way you can have that screaming sharp edge. It'll take your finger off if you ain't careful. You can do it just like the same way as one solid stroke. I always do mine in sections. I don't know, it just feels more natural to me. And for expediency's sake, I'm gonna just do a couple single strokes on each side. Take it off, and we'll see what the edge looks like, and then see how sharp it is. If you guys remember when I went to sharpen this, I could drag my finger along the edge and it wouldn't cut hot butter. So we'll see. Do one more on each side, and we'll call that good. I'm not going for any kind of mirror polish or anything like that. This is just a simple working edge. Alright, take that out. Take my stone carrier and guide rod out. Set this off to the side. I always take and spin the KME backwards, to me, to get the knife out. It makes it a little easier. I always pinch the clamp and spin the tri-wing knob. Get it out. Set my KME up back there. And I always clean it after I'm done. A little bit of rubbing alcohol on a shop towel. Does quite the trick. Dry it off a little bit. Stuff evaporates pretty quickly. Well, I don't know how well you guys are seeing that edge, but let's get some foam book paper and see how the edge turned out. Oh yeah, that's screaming sharp. That was me. We'll do the old shave test. That's just scaring the hairs off the arm there. As you can see, it is nice and sharp thanks to the KME. And it didn't take too long. I'd say probably in totality, maybe 15 minutes or so. Wasn't very long at all. And I just did the 140, 300, 600 grit diamond stone, and then strop with the 6 micron emulsions. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to, and you guys have a good one.